Honey, where are my socks? Honey, where are my socks? Honey, where...
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like... Fucker! You fucker! Fucker! Oh!
Huh? What the f...
Hello again, everyone. This is Bionic Slime, back again with another installment of BS Reviews. I'm your online voice for reviews of your choice. This time I'll be reviewing the latest, most offensive, and most disgustingly despicable venture from the Borat creator himself, Sacha Baron Cohen, in the film Bruno. This review is going to be shorter than most of my other ones because Bruno is a very unusual movie, and that has more meanings than one. And as such, I can't really review it like I did with some of my other films, so it will be shorter, but I'll try to be as thorough and expressive about the movie as much as I can. Bruno is brought to you by Everyman Pictures and 4x2 Productions. It is directed by Larry Charles and was written by Sacha Baron Cohen, of course, Anthony Hines, amongst many others, and stars, of course, Sacha Baron Cohen as Bruno, Gustav Hammerstein as Lutz, including guest star cameos from Harrison Ford, Paula Abdul, and others. The plot, if you could call it that. Bruno stars about a man named Bruno who just happens to be one of the most exuberant and energetic gay Austrian fashion designers the world has yet to see. He wants to break it out big, but after a little stunt at a fashion show, he becomes pretty much untouchable by the entire fashion and media public, and no one wants anything to do with him. So, figuring out a way to try and make himself back in the public eye and famous again, he goes to America, to Lebanon, to Los Angeles, to all places all around the world, trying to see anyone who will pick up his show, his ideas, and make him a star. Review of the plot. As I said, I can't really review this movie the same way because it's a very unusual movie. Now, I've seen Borat, I'm very familiar with it, and I can tell you right now, I was immediately grossed out and just laughing my ass off at just how ridiculously and overly absurd that movie was. So, when he came along with Bruno, I wasn't really sure what to expect, except to know that I would be getting a little bit more of the same. However, that's not really the case, as this movie pushes the envelope, the limit, and your gag reflex factor much harder than Borat ever did. Oh my freaking god, I have never seen... Oh, by the way, there's going to be some possibly offensive language or mature language in this film because, in all honesty, I can't describe half the scenes in this movie without mentioning some dirty stuff. Back to the dirty point. There is I've never seen so much penis in a movie in my life. I swear to God. There is so much full frontal penis view that you almost can't see anything past it. And it's so over the top, overly offensive, and overly disgusting that it goes beyond words. There's literally, in the first 10 minutes of the movie, you're already introduced to a scene where Bruno and this gay Philippine kid or some ethnic descent are practicing new ways to insert a dildo into him. I don't know how to even describe it because it's just so bizarre, so sick, and so hysterical that it just made me lose my mind just by seeing it. The idea of having this guy walk around being some kind of big popular idol or trying to get into the public really actually works because it allows him to get into more situations involving the media than Borat ever could, such as I said, involving guest stars as Paul Abdul and Harrison Ford, who have probably one of the funniest ass cameos, both of them, I've ever seen. I have never seen such hilarious use of celebrities. It's so rude and crude and offensive that, oh my god. It's so hard to really talk about this movie because you can't say too much without revealing all the jokes, and half the jokes I can't even say without someone slapping a mature rating on this review. It's just so insane. Basically, the movie just follows Bruno going around to these different places and basically doing what Sacha Baron Cohen does best, video capturing all of the worst moments and shocking, embarrassing facial reactions from the people as he shows off in some of the most ridiculous situations imaginable. There's even a point in the film where Bruno feels that the only reason he's not being successful in his attempts is because he feels that his gayness is affecting his chances of getting in with the big shots. So he tries to de-gay himself by going to Alabama, I kid you not, talking to evangelicals and like these violent redneck hick shooters, like hunter shooters, and just trying to de-gay himself, but just making things even more awkward and more bizarre. One of the funniest scenes in the movie is that he's trying to fight like a man, so he goes to a karate store to try and learn how to fight against a gay guy. And my God, I cannot even begin to tell you what the hell he does. All I gotta just say, it involves dildos. That's all the way I can say it. This movie was by far one of the funniest and sickest films I have ever seen in my life. It doesn't matter that there's so much flaunting of his wang and there's not much of a story. The point is, this movie is designed to gross you out and make you laugh. I shit you not. I have never seen an audience laugh so hard at one movie. I was in tears throughout most of the thing. It takes a lot to make me laugh in tears. I'm very easy to get to laugh, but to make me laugh continuously with so many tears coming down my face, oh my God. This movie just knows how to gross you out and make you laugh so much. And it doesn't really bother me that it's so offensive and very obvious homosexual with all the ball and ass shots you get here, because like Zack and Miri Make a Porno, for example, or the 300, the adult content is lobbed at you in such a heavy, artillery-like amount that you can't help but laugh at that. I mean, unless you're someone with a weak stomach and you don't care for that kind of humor, then by all means, I suggest you stay the hell away from this movie as far as humanly possible. But this movie will make you laugh your ass and balls off if you just like even a little bit of immature humor, because this pushes the boundaries beyond all imagination. You see him doing the most disgusting scenes, and it's so hard, like I said, to describe, because there's so much funny stuff in here that it's so beyond the imagination of what Borat could do. If you honestly thought Borat was the grossest thing that ever came out of the cinema, you really haven't seen anything yet. Because Sacha Baron Cohen does not fail when it comes to pushing the boundaries just a little bit harder, a little deeper, and a little more disturbing. And my God, his use of the celebrity cameos, not just Paul Abdul and Harrison Ford, but towards the end, how he uses them. I'm not going to say who, just not to spoil the joke, because it's just so clever how he does this. And I give him mad credit for going around town burying his body and ass and putting these people in the most ridiculous situations, because it's just laugh out balls funny. I could not stop freaking laughing for this movie. Since I pretty much skipped over the entire review, I might as well just go to the final wrap-up. As I said, I really can't say much about this movie. As far as negatives about the film, I guess I should probably do that. Treat just like some sort of a coherent review. The only thing I can honestly say is that didn't work in here is that if you do not like this style of humor, if you don't, then this movie is not for you. If you don't like gross humor and a lot of male nudity, just let you forewarn, there's a lot of it, and you didn't like Borat, then you're definitely not going to like this. Otherwise, this movie is very good for anyone who has a good sense of humor and does not mind a little bit of raunchiness in their soup. Final wrap-up. Bruno is by far, so far, to date, hands down, no doubt, no questions, the funniest frickin' ass movie I've seen this entire year. I was crying my eyes out, I was stomping on the seats, I could not stop laughing. I nearly shit my pants with the humor this movie pumped into me. It was ridiculously hysterical, over the top, and gross beyond all imagination. I'll never get some of those ball images out of my mouth, but after seeing this movie, I don't really want to, because Sacha Baron Cohen has definitely proven he is a genius comedian. Not because of the whole ball and dick stuff humor they use, but the way he uses humor and the way he uses the power of the public and their reactions to fuel his film with his humor. I love this movie. I thought it was hysterical. I really think everyone should go see it. If you're not the kind of person who can stomach this humor, then by all means skip it. But otherwise, I say go see this frickin' movie. No surprise here. I give Bruno a perfect 5 stars out of 5 stars rating. That's all for now. This has been Bionic Science for BS Reviews. Thank you all for listening, and bye for now.